these are our opinions. Again, we are not paid experts. However, I will claim both of us are former fantasy football champions. We do have some success. So if you take some advice and you like what you hear, hey, maybe you'll get a championship this year. It might be your year. We'll start a quarterback. Let's start with sleepers. Like you
Okay.
say yours, I'll say mine.
If you look at Trevor Lawrence's progression, once that coaching staff changed, oh, he looked like a whole different quarterback. He took this
Oh,
team to
yeah,
the playoffs.
absolutely.
And this is only his third year in the league. He's only getting better. Think about the leap that Lamar made in that third year. He won the MVP. I'm
Yes.
not saying Trevor's going to win the MVP, but hey, that's the big leap that he made. He made
Mm-hmm.
that big of a leap. And on top of that, he's getting his number one receiver back
That's big.
in Calvin fucking Ridley, who just so happens to be a top 5 route runner in the league if you ask anybody around the NFL.
So my sleeper pick is Kenny Pickett. What a lot of people forget about Kenny Pickett is he's actually a top 10 rushing quarterback. Understanding that and looking at the moves the Steelers made, he has a better offensive line this year. His wide receivers are decent. They got even someone like Allen Robinson, who we all know is like, hey, he's good for a few. He'll get you there. And then you have someone like George Pickens, who I think is going to make a big leap next year.
Yes.
So someone like Pickett having a little more protection, a slightly better cast, and still using his legs being relatively healthy, I think if you get him late round, he's sneaky enough where he might keep you in a playoff run.
A QB that we don't like.
There's one dude who I know is going to have the worst fucking year of his life, and it's already set up for it. That's Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray is going to be the biggest QB bust of the century. He has no weapons. This clearly is a tank season. That man's going to be playing fucking Call of Duty the entire fucking time. Arizona is a dumpster fire. DeAndre Hopkins has gone to the Titans. There is nothing left in Arizona. It is a wasteland. And if you draft Kyler Murray, I'm sorry. You're not winning a championship. Point fucking blank period. Who do you have, sir?
I'm going to go with the guy that I mentioned earlier, a guy who I'm actually a big fan of. Deshaun Watson. He's going above Trevor Lawrence. He's going in like round 5 or 6, or around that range. In my opinion, that's a little too rich for me. I think Deshaun Watson is going to have a great year. I like the weapons that he has.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's going to outperform his ADP. And that's the only reason why I'm not touching him. If he falls late, if he falls to maybe round 8, okay, I'm drafting him.
Snap him up.
I'll draft him in round 8.
Well, how about a sleeper running back?
A sleeper running back. Jamal Williams' ADP is in the hundreds on ESPN. Number 1, Alvin Kamara is going to get suspended.
It's a certainty.
But Jamal Williams just got paid by the Saints.
Yep.
He just led the league in rushing touchdowns. I'm sorry, rushing touchdowns.
That's right. That's
17.
Right.
And he just came off of a 1,000-yard season with the Detroit Lions.
Right.
You think that they signed a guy like Jamal Williams just to have him sit behind Alvin Kamara? No, he's going to touch the ball. And Alvin Kamara has always been a part of committees.
That's right.
When he's been his best. I expect Jamal Williams to still be in the 8 to 10 touchdown range this year, which is still very good for a fantasy player.
Yeah.
And I'm all over Jamal Williams. I'm buying all that stock.
My sleeper running back is Mr. Rachaad White on Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And for very fucking good reasons. No more Tom Brady. Nobody respects quarterback in Tampa right now. And you can say what you want.
Shake and bake.
It's the shake and bake. It's not the same, baby. Also, there's no more Leonard Fournette eating up all the fucking touchdowns in Tampa. Rachaad White had 129 carries and 50 receptions last year. People kind of forget that. And that was with Fournette. His only competition is Chase Edmonds now. So I expect Rachaad White to take that big fucking leap for that offense. Not to mention the fact that, again, the offensive line still pretty fucking good. So there might be a lot more running. And I know Tom Brady wasn't somebody who threw for fucking 4,000 yards a season all the time, but they're going to lean on that run game. And I think White's going to be the biggest beneficiary of that. And the fact that I didn't check his ADP, but I know it's not where you would normally draft someone like that who could end up being a bell cow. So,
yeah,
again, value, White, I think, takes a big leap and would be a great RB2 In the flex, I would love having him there.
Yeah, absolutely agree. I think his receiving ability is what puts him over.
So for skips, for running backs, this one for me is a little personal, but it's Miles Sanders. And I've said it before. I've said it on the podcast. And when he was with Philadelphia, I've said it for years. Miles Sanders, no disrespect, has never impressed me. But now that he's in Carolina, you're with a rookie quarterback, lackluster wide receivers. I don't care who's afraid of Adam Thielen. Stop it. Average offensive line. You still got Chuba Hubbard as a backup, who I actually think is underrated and does steal goal line touchdowns. So, like, all of that said, I'm not saying Sanders is going to have a bad season. What I'm saying is, for as high as he gets drafted, for a lot of fucking reasons I don't understand, I think he is going to be a bust when it comes to that level. Now, if you're getting him late, again, I get it. But if he's like your running back one, you're in trouble, dude.
He was going to be my running back.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. I was going to say he's one that I skip every year.
Yep.
Because he fumbles. So I'll pick another running back, James Conner.
Ooh, but he gets injured.
He's shown to have missed games in the past.
Yes.
Not only that, there's nobody over there. D-Hop is gone, like my man just said.
Yep.
Kyler Murray. Who's their coach?
Some dude. I don't even know.